So, hello everyone. I'm Maggie, and I'm really happy to welcome you to the next online open lecture. And today we're going to cover a really interesting topic, which refers to personalization. We have different definitions, different approaches, but for example, when you get a greetings with your name, right? When you open some sort of application, and there's like, hello, Maggie, for example, which I receive when I open my bank application. Or sometimes when you understand that you really need to, watch something after the movie that you like a lot, and then you go through recommendations, and they are like your favorite actors or your favorite genre. Certainly, this is also something that can be, categorized as personalization. Hence, this is a very relevant and very popular topic, and it 100% reflects these two trends of marketing being, individualistic and, very customer centric, as well as the development of technologies to recognize behavioral patterns of the customers and using them to, through different um, algorithms, either scripted or AI ones, to give this feeling of being unique and being very understood and seen. So this is what our customers, or not our customers, but generally customers are. We as the marketers and we as the customers ourselves. So today I'm going to cover this topic. I will begin with the definitions and broader approach for you to dive deeper and see bigger picture. In other lectures, I'm going to cover more specific examples and tools, but today I wanted to begin with the general approach and general information. So here is the slide about me. So what I do and what I'm talking about was my experience. So this and what are the specializations which I specialize in. So you can like take a look at that. I show it every lecture, so I think that there's nothing new. And pretty much definition. So I really like to begin definition presentations with the definitions because sometimes when you consider the term, you might think that you know perfectly well what it means. But usually it happens that it's not necessarily true. Sometimes it happens that you just consider that something is correct. However, it turns out that the term refers to something else. And for us to avoid this particular, let's call it the problem, we will begin with three definitions, three. Even though it might be, considered as excessive, but I think that you'll understand what I mean when I decided to use three of the definitions. So the first two are taken from the academic literature, marketing academic literature. The third one is from the Salesforce article, which is, as you know, a very good representative of different approaches of using personalization for the marketing purposes. And let's start with the first definition. So it is customer-oriented marketing strategy that aims to deliver the right content to the right person at the right time to maximize immediate and future business opportunities. Obviously, as you can see here, we do not have anything, right, specific how to achieve it, what it is. However, they're very interesting and important terms and words which help us to understand what it is all about, right? A customer oriented. So we have customer centricity nowadays in the marketing trend. Therefore, this is something that is current and developing. Marketing strategy. So generally, this is not about one tool and one technology. It is about the overall strategy that you have based on the product or service which is dedicated to the particular customer or particular customer's journey, experience journey. So this is about the covering personalized communications at every and each step of customer experience journey in your marketing strategy. And the delivery of right content to the right person at the right time indeed requires the understanding of what actually this right content and right person and right time actually are. And this is rooted in the data, which is collected based on behavioral patterns of your customers or the customers similar to them. And hence, we really cover these ways of using large data sets for market decision making. And we actually covered this in several lectures which we had earlier. And the intention is to maximize immediate and future business opportunities. So generally, this shows that we do not really have personalization to just give a particular discount to this particular customer, but this is more about the ways that you can catch the attention of the customer now, but nevertheless keep this retention rate high for future communication with this customer, because you will, establish this way of knowing what your customer wants and who your customer actually is. The second definition is the following: the matching of advertising content and vendor services with customers based on their preferences and individual needs. So, indeed, again, we see here that we need to understand, all right, in the very beginning, what the preferences are, and what are the individual needs. So, generally, this is also based on the prior action of the customer or customers similar to this one. And to have this content, and by having the advertised content, it's most likely to be the product offering within the platform, within the e-commercial platform, for example, not some other ad, like targeted ad or something. This is the product within the e-commerce platform usually, and vendor services. Well, this goes hand in hand, and this matching of what you have to offer on what you understand that your customer actually needs, this is about personalization. And the third one is the following: using data to target and retarget leads with a brand message that speaks directly to their specific interests, demographics, and buying behavior. So as you can see, these three definitions cover the same thing, but from three different angles. Or they don't really have very different approaches. They just try to redefine each other. So for example, here we can see that it, like, initial targeting and then retargeting. So like here we have the maximization of immediate, so right now, and future, so we keep bringing them back to us. Business opportunities, this is very much coincides with what is on the third one. Leads with a brand message which speaks directly to their specific interests, demographics, and buying behavior. So this particular time, place, and message, this is indeed what makes personalization defined by what it actually is. So this is about definitions. I really think that this helps us understand that it can be a strategy. This can be the point of matching of content and the customer needs. And this is the process, again, of using the data to target and retarget and reconnect with the customer's specific time through our understanding of the behavioral data, the brand message or advertised content or the right content. So what is actually needed, and then understanding the behavioral patterns, buying patterns, demographics, and interests. So this is about the overall definition. Personalization can be separated and can be achieved through different ways. So here you may see that we have the methods and technologies which comes within. As I mentioned at the very beginning, we have, for example, greetings on your mobile phone or application, and we can also see like recommendations are specific for you. This is the example of personalized communication through the framings. But here on this slide, you can see that we have different approaches on how it actually is created, how personalization actually works through which approaches. So we have the level of granularity. So the personalization might be mass, but definitely this is not personalization at all if it's a mass personalization, because it's really covers just the segments. And usually, marketers, when they define the audiences, they understand what audiences they would like to target, and hence the mass targeting or mass personalization. I am very concerned about this one. Segment level can be narrower. So this is about the fact that we can actually identify the particular either behavioral pattern or the demographic pattern or something else or product based pattern and personalize based on that. And individual level, it is when the algorithms work specifically based on the idea of the particular customer. This is some like I believe, based on the conversations with practitioners, this is the most expensive one, but nevertheless, it's likely to be the most you know, clear one for the customers. But nevertheless, usually the segment level is the most popular one. Methods: pull, passive, push. When you offer personalization, when you just have the framings on your website and customer may consider it yours or may consider it directed at them or may consider it not directed to them. And push, this is the method that actually gets the customer, to interact and um, have this communication established. And when we talk about personalization in the forms of recommendations, which is the adaptive personalization, this is actually the key about the fact that recommendations, as we talked about recommendations when we covered chatbots, when we covered AI, when we covered machine learning, this is something that is very, very popular nowadays in marketing. And this is about offering the products that you are most likely to like or the customer is more likely to like. And we have different approaches on how to actually make it work. And we have content filtering, collaborative filtering, hybrid recommendations. So as you can see here, content filtering is based on the product. So it's based on the fact that, for example, let's have this example that, for example, on the e-commercial platform, you see the product that you like, you click on it, and then future recommendation come not based on what you did earlier, but what this product is has similar features with other products, similar colors, or something like that. This is based on the product. When I talk about collaborative filtering, this is more about the fact that there could be other customers that behave similarly as you, similarly to you. And this helps to, make your decisions much more much closer to what other people like you, like your behavioral patterns, they liked and also purchased. So if you're categorized into particular behavior, then it is most likely that you would like to that you would behave the same way as others similar to you. And hybrid recommendations, it's more like the it's more like to be the auction based one. So it adapts towards what's best for you, how you behave, and whether you appreciate the, categorization of the product based on the content filtering, categorization based on the behavior of other people, that depending on you, this adaptive recommendation system actually tries to understand and offer you what you respond the best to. And this is the table about different approaches in other, in other ways. So we have types of personalization interfaces, personalization channels, and techniques. So we have algorithm-based and artificial intelligence facilitated. So the same goes as with chatbots. We have either script, which tells them like if they bought this, then they will like this, and it just goes on with the decision trees, or AI, which adapts. And usually AI is really well used for this particular situation, and using also through the machine learning as one of the prior example for realization of this particular type of personalization. We have websites as an interface, so how you interact with the technology or with the platform that uses personalization. It can be through websites, mobile or desktop application that you download on your smartphone or your laptop or your tablet. and wearable technology, for example, smartwatches and that, because your notifications personalized for you can also come to your watch. And personalization channels and techniques, we have chatbots, uh, which we covered recently, but this is something that talks to you, has a conversation with you either through text or through voice. Personal recommendations, automatic web marketing based on customer needs. So when you log into something, you'll see the website adapted to you. Price differentiation, dynamic pricing. It is usually based on the country. It is usually based on the way how, for example, geographical region refers to different changes in the prices. This can also be similar to previous one, the currency and all that. So, and then we have push notifications or targeting. For example, here I made it, I made it in the italics because targeting has to be again redefined how it is used in personalization and how it is used in the advertisement, because targeting based on the overall behavior cross-platform and targeting within the particular platform reflect different things. But nevertheless, this term can be also used within the personalization conversation. Push notifications, as I mentioned, you can receive push notification on your laptop, your mobile phone, tablet, smartwatches, anywhere, and this is also the part of personalization. Customization. So there's this conversation on what's the difference between personalization and customization. But generally, if you can engage with adapting what you want to see, this also can be the part of customization within personalization. If you are interested in examples, please let me know. I just don't really want to, go too deep in that. And social network integration. So, for example, your actions on social networks can be integrated with e-commercial platform that further can utilize this way of communication with, with your friends, or they can, share. You can share what you do on your social platform. You can share what you did on the e-commercial platform to the social network platform. And this integration actually has to happen only based on your consent. And only then you can have this sort of a cross-platform situation going on. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Here will be the sources. And that's the end for this presentation. I really try to squeeze information and give you the basics for the first lecture on this topic, because I was working on this and I've been working on this topic for like 4 years and even more, and I have so many things to tell you, but I really tried. Yes, it was the part of my PhD program and for my PhD qualification. Hence, I tried to, give you initial basics of what you need to know and to understand marketing and MarTech from the perspective of personalization. And I really hope that I achieved that particular goal. So here on the slide, you can see the QR codes. These QR codes lead you to my website where you can find other materials and initiatives. Open lectures like this one, you can learn about the dates and also offline lectures when they appear. MarTalks is the open online speaking club or discussion club where it is possible to meet out with different people and practice your English for marketers. And also I created the MarTech guide. This is the document that helps the beginners or those who would like to change their direction in marketing to know what is there, what you need to learn, how to learn, where to learn, and what you are most likely to achieve. And I really hope that it's going to be useful for you as well. So with that, thank you very much. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you at the future online open lectures. So it was Maggie. Thank you very much. Dag